Hello, welcome back to Bustthinned, a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play by Mike and Nearly Enough Dice. Nearly Enough Dice is www.nearlyenough.com and is a role-playing game themed podcast and blog. But that's done. Yeah, what am I in the middle of doing? I've been having fun with troglodytes, and by fun I mean astonishingly irritating troglodytes trying to eat my face. Well, the face of my dwarves, to be perfectly honest, not my own personal face. They would have to somehow reach out from beyond the screen to do that, and that would be a bit, let us say, unlikely. Let us just say unlikely. Yeah, and so I've been attacked by troglodytes. I'm kind of working out where I am going to need to block off in order to stop the irritating buggers from attacking my poor dwarfies. Because they get upset when people try and kill them. Or whatever troglodytes are. So I'm getting to move. I'm going to build some flooring so I can maybe build a wall there and there. And if I just build if I wall those bits off and then floor over. Yeah, there's some bits and pieces that need to do. So there's some stuff. We're working on it. Okay, your string is an item in stockpile. You're not using a wheelbarrow for some reason. I don't know why you're not using a wheelbarrow when you could be using a wheelbarrow. Yeah. My frame rate's taking a bit of a dive, so I'm probably causing myself issues in various regards. Having this big open area of caverns is probably not helping. And one of the things I'm learning is possibly this very traditional means of putting together a fortress where you've got a central staircase. That is also often blamed because any kind of pathfinding up this area tends to give the impression, it gives the pathfinding algorithm a lot of stuff to do, which can end up causing issues. Because essentially, it's referred to as like a rib cage. So if I was just like do a fake designation here, and so this is like just a corridor with things branching off it like this. It kind of looks like a rib cage. And this could be whether it's a corridor with lots of doors branching off it, or whether it's a staircase with lots of different ways to go. Yeah. So this could be this staircase here. If you're imagining it going downstairs, with these would be different Z levels. Maybe I should have done this vertically. The path. If you want to get from here to here, then the pathfinding algorithm is always going no, 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 and and so it takes a lot longer. And yeah, so there are questions about how you do this. One of the thoughts would be, because these are dead ends here, I should automatically go into the traffic designations and call this restricted, so that only people who actually need to go here will go here. Actually, no, let's change it into low traffic as opposed to restricted. Restricted higher traffic cost is 1. Right, so this is essentially when it's calculating, going, it's pathfinding. It's each square in normal traffic is worth 2 of a kind of random value. So high traffic is worth 1, normal traffic is worth 2, low traffic is worth 5, and restricted is 25. So the idea is that I've got a restricted area. If this branch here was restricted, and so each square is 25. If someone actually does need to go there, if a dwarf does need to go there, they will literally look 25 squares away. They'll try every other pathway that's 25 squares away before trying to get into the restricted area. So you should really use restricted only for places where you do not want your dwarves to go, because they will try and go ridiculously long ways, and so the pathfinding will take longer to try and get to that area. Whereas if I only make this low level, it'll go about 5 squares away before thinking, oh wait, I'm a bit too far away, I'll check this out. But it does mean that a dwarf who wants to go from here to here, and if this path here is low traffic designation, then they will bypass it until they get to, they'll bypass that one, and they won't bother going down that thing at all. But there is an art to this, which I am not sure I know. And you can relatively easily break your FPS by screwing around with it. And I think I may have done it last time with my last place. So I'm also going to make this one. So basically, I think low traffic should be any time. It should not be being used as a corridor. And I've also heard that this 3x3 setup here can cause problems as well, because they will, at each point, if a dwarf is here and wants to go down one, or wants to go downwards, it will check going to the left and going to the left and going to the right and going forward and going, and it'll check all of those. So some people do a high traffic designation in the corners, so they'll go down. So dwarves will tend to go down corners in a straight line. So if they want to go straight up and straight down, they'll go straight up and down those corners. So I'm just going to do some little bits here and see if that'll help me. That was really not what I wanted to do at all. So low traffic shouldn't cause that many problems when it comes to breaking the frame rate. So anything like this is that these are dead ends. You aren't going to be going through this area to go someplace else. Otherwise, as opposed to this corridor, where that's in fact exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to be going through this area to get someplace else. So this should be possibly even down as possibly even down as high traffic. But it does mean that the pathfinding, although the pathfinding, this is all just normal. So the pathfinding will just be going that way, 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 that way. Yeah. So possibly more than it needs to be. So I think some people do put a high traffic down the middle. So people will tend to, zip down the middle. But by making these areas here low traffic, they will not, a dwarf that is going here and wants to go down a level, their pathfinding should not take them into here. And that should speed things up a little bit. I've never actually managed to, I've yet to manage to get a proper, I don't think the way I do traffic either just isn't good enough. Or I've not got it. I don't know how to do it properly. Oh, stop that! Always doing that. DOL. I'm just not doing it properly, such that it will actually, smooth things over and make things better. Whether it's just this isn't actually going to make enough of a difference. Yeah, am I doing it right? But it's not going to make as much of a difference as I think it would. Or am I actively doing it wrong, kind of thing. Let's just make the whole thing here, because you should only be. Should be only be going into these areas if you have a particular job to do. So. But as you can see, it's not actually doing anything. Yeah, and it might be worth marking the entire caverns as restricted. Especially these lower caverns. I do not want anyone going into these lower caverns here. And I don't know, theoretically they shouldn't be able to. And I'm hoping that I've in fact properly blocked those off. Because I do not want my dwarves, getting involved in those in these caverns. Don't want them dealing with them at all. So I should do things like this as well, but I think less down this end, because these are automatically, essentially. This is all dead end stuff here. So making these, so this might the difference is this might end up being a through route. So I don't think I want to do it on here. But this is unlikely. Whereas, I turn this into restricted, because no, and I'm hoping, like I say, I'm hoping that I've properly blocked off access, so they can't get to it. That's the hope. So that the pathfinding algorithm simply doesn't look into here at all. But quite frankly, I'm not very good at that. I keep finding, I keep thinking, no, I've successfully done this. It's all brilliant, and then suddenly it turns out, no, I've actually screwed it up completely. I've got some strands, so I can. Doop. Where is somebody took? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's interesting. The craft. They've taken this craft workshop, which is way down the bottom of the map, and they're making stuff out of wood, which means they're having to go all the way up the top to get their wood, and all the way down here, which is really not very clever. Okay, got some smoothing going on. This is going to be some species of noble quarter when I'm finished with it. I'm wondering if I go into my military, and if I turn my military on. Military. Well, that is military, okay. Group by military status. And then we collapse all. This is my current military setup. Well, that's not actually helping me now. I suddenly realised. You know what the hell? I think it's time to. I think put them into active training. I've just realised why I think I'm going to regret that. And the reason why I think I'm going to regret that is that they aren't as armoured as I would like. Especially my melee dwarves. This is the difficulty. Bars. Got 4 adamantine strands, which I don't know if... I don't know how many strands make up a wafer. So I've got 57 adamantine wafers. And I don't know how many dwarfs worth of armour I can make from that. I don't currently have my... don't know why I have that up. And I don't currently have my browser up, so I don't know how to look it up. S-bull. Murder it. Because I'm not keeping cows. I'm not keeping cows. I'm trying to use non-grazing animals for my meat production. So, Magma Forge, armor, adamantine. Mail shirts would make sense. So I'm going to make 1 mail shirt, is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to very quickly try and make I can't remember. I literally just looked at it and I can't remember how many adamantine things are. I've got 57 adamantine wafers. I'm going to write that down on a piece of paper. 57 adamantine wafers. And when that gets made... Oh, Zuntir. Cancels drink oblivious. That's just... That it really is particularly sad, isn't it? How sad. 28. Now, you know, he was on 29, or she was on... No, he. I think he's a he. Zuntir was on 29k stress, and I think it is going down. Annoyed at lack of chairs, and you know, the stress is going down. But not as quickly as I would like. Yeah, it's a bit absurd. Well, you're still grabbing things. This is my strange mood individual. They're still grabbing things. They're not getting to the stage of oh noes, I can't find what I'm looking for. Yay, a vile force of darkness. I wonder, guess who's been a bit too lackadaisical about things. What is the vile force in question? Goblins. Yay. Arg. Somebody has not created a burrow to get everyone underneath the goddamn ground. And that somebody is me. Right. No, okay, so I've got some more dogs outside. Got some animals outside. What I specifically need to do is I just need to get those guys out the bloody way, and then I can close these and lock them. Right, barrow's a W, so we're going to add a new barrow, and we're going to call that... How do you change the name of a burrow? Enter and define this burrow, name burrow inside. Change symbol selector. Playing around, I really shouldn't. Oh, okay, so I can paint. Currently painting. So I can paint inside. Yeah, this is just a temporary. I mean, what I'm probably going to want to do is spend some time making a proper inside. So everywhere that I want people to be is going to be inside. But if I just temporarily make an emergency burrow, which includes, and the important thing is it's going to include the dining rooms. In fact, I've probably done enough now. The main thing is to get those folks who are outside and get them inside. And so I'm being a bit too pedantic here. I don't actually care about any of this bit. This is so why am I doing this? I don't know. Right, yeah, no, I'm not doing it anymore. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so the main thing is they're not here. They're not from here onwards. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. Alerts A. Burrows inside. So restrict sieves to burrow, name alert. Inactive. Put that back to inactive. And then add a new alert, which we are going to call alerts. Alerts. Heaven's sake. Shift N inside. And then right. I think. Right, so that's cancelled dig. Right, so forbidden area. So everyone should be now heading inside. Okay, so now I can lock these doors. And now I can go to the military and then alerts and then inactive. So I should not get any of those alerts anymore. So let's have a quick. Oh, what have you done now? Make buckets. Okay. JMQ bucket wood 2. Right. Anyway, I wanted to find these invaders. So where are they? Oh, they're off this part of the screen. Now, I've very cleverly not made any defences, which is very clever of me. So what we are going to do is we are going to use these farms as a staging area, and I'm going to get back to the proper zoom, which I think is there. So squads A, M, and B, M, there. So there's a bit of a question of armor and such like. They should. The melee squad should have, you know, pretty good weapons. And the copper arrows. Copper arrows. Let's melt those. Anyway, so they should have weapons, but the problem is I think they'll get horribly murdered if they go outside, because they won't have much in the way of armor. The archers have got leather armor, and I think that's okay. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, that'll work out all right. Wow, we've got a lot of bolts here. So let's have a look and see if anyone's actually. Who have we got here? Elite Marks Dwarf. Silk shirts, leather dress, leather coat, leather cap to the hood, mittens, socks. Not feeling particularly. Got a leather shield, woo. But I made leather armor, and I don't know if that's really what we're looking at here. Some leather gear, but I don't know. It'd be quite nice to be able to say, you know, what, you know, to just immediately see how armoured are you, kind of deal. Maybe you can do that in the military screen. Leather coat, leather cloak, cap. Got various feather lids. I mean, they're just not wearing leather. The thing called leather armour, and I don't know what counts as leather armour in that sense. I'm just going to have a quick check and see if anyone has in fact made the adamantine whatever. Lots of bits and pieces, that's interesting. I'm not entirely sure silk coats count as armour. You know? Maybe I'm wrong. Wow, I've got lots of bits of armour. None of it looks to be made of adamantine though. Tab to enable search, and no, so that's not been made yet. Oh well, some's got the job at least. That's my armour stockpile here. Yes, my nanny goat has probably indeed been murdered. Yes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the war dogs here do. Now, my biggest hope is that they just wander off, which they may well do. Oh, this war dog's going into attack mode. Don't know how well it's doing. Nope, looks like it's a bit dead. That's a bit sad. Yeah, dead. Silver Morningstar. So these guys, I think they're just leaving the map. Don't know what they're doing actually. They're wandering along the edge. A lot of sieges they end up just resolving themselves because the besiegers leave. It's not looking like that's what's going to happen. They seem to be coming back this way. Some of these guys seem to be wandering off. But they've got some that aren't. They're busily murdering my turkeys. Which is a bit of a pity because I was going to be using the turkeys to kind of do stuff. So they've murderated my war dogs. Now, here's a question for you. Adamantine short sword and certain amount of armor. Versus, I don't know how much in the way they've got in the way of armor. Someone's got a lot of kills. 2 badgers and 2 possums. Yes. Missing leather shield, missing ammunition, missing leather shield. No, where's my... Well, actually, this man, I'll go in here. So I thought I had shield. Yeah, shield's down. Currently in New 7. So somebody somewhere should be wanting to make a shield. But they're not. Either they're not doing the minute. Oh, it's possible that the leather is simply upstairs where they can't get at it. Oh, that's interesting. No, the leather shield is actually suspended. Needs tanned hide. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I mean, this is my mighty military at the minute. And I'm not terribly sure that it would actually work very well. No, I want J and Q and R more. So the armor is being made, and that took 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wafers. I'm getting some more wafers because so when I go to my stocks and I go look at my bars, I may actually have more than I started with. Adamantine items, yeah, I've got 54. I had 57, so I've lost 6 and I've gained about 3. Well, that's the armor made. So I can make a few of those. I think mail shirts is going to be the right thing to do. Make 2 more. Are you still gathering wood? Oh, that's interesting. I think that must be my finished goods made out of metal stockpile. Finished goods made out of metal and armor made out of metal. But there you go. So this must be my armor not made of metal, so I might as well just change that. Just might as well just forbid metal. Have I done? So there was also this question about have I done the same thing here? I don't think so. Okay, so I have a couple of mail shirts. The question is whether or not my military will take it upon themselves to grab that. Equip. So no one's equipping themselves. Right, so I've now officially run out of strands. Oh, don't tell me. Bite shawls. He needs gems. Yeah, bugger. Right, okay. Gems. Okay, so we are going to do the following. We are going to create a gem stockpile. Because, you know, I've got goblins to deal with, but I also don't particularly want to have to deal with an aggrieved, whatchamacallit. That is take from links only. That is going to be what kind of gems? Everything. No, I was about to say everything except glass, but I decided I don't care. Build, construct, stop. I think I'm probably going to change this. I'm just chucking this down more or less randomly. And a build workshop. Jeweler's workshop is a J. I'm going to chuck that down for no good reason here, and I'm probably going to want to change that fairly soon. So I'm going to need to cut some gems, looks like. Goblins are having too much fun out there. Looks like I'm going to have to drive them off. Now, I could just abandon the surface, more or less. I mean, I can't abandon the surface because I won't be able to do any trading ever again. Well, I say can't. I would rather not. I would rather not abandon the surface. I think I entirely could. But you know, I don't think I want to. If I can avoid it. I mean, I think abandoning the surface would be a pain in the proverbial. You know, I don't currently have a means of there are a few things I can't do. I mean, ultimately, my ultimate goal was to have, the trade depot's up here-ish, right? And then all of this is just open, but it's this corridor is full of traps. So goblins invading would come down that huge big long ramp, and then they'd come here, and this get trapped to buggery. But that is not what we currently have set up. Keeping myself busy. And, yeah. See, I'm just wondering if I'm just going to end up... Devil of Steam has given birth to a boy. Well, congratulations, Devil of Steam, on your baby. Your little baby evil creature of doom. Well done. And on that happy note, on that note of birth and renewal, I think I'm going to leave it there. Deciding whether or not I'm going to just create an entire military just to get rid of those goblins, or whether I'm just going to leave them out there, or what. It's entirely. Maybe my best bet is to literally wait for a caravan to turn up with caravan guards and they beat up the goblins. It's my own stupid fault for not creating any kind of fortifications, and I think that's clearly what I need to do next. Maybe just a little bit of a fort around here, a couple of levels high, firing step, that kind of thing. But I think I can leave that for right now. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the video. And also find us at www.nearlyenoughddice.com for our tabletop role-playing game podcast and blog. And I do hope you'll join me again next time. And if you do, until then, have yourselves a very dwarfy day.